Booyah. Booyah. All right, I was changing the latency for the stream today to make sure that things are smooth since we're going to be dual streaming. And it took YouTube a second to figure that mess out. All right, and then the other thing that I'm doing, which is, I don't know, good, bad, indifferent, weird, is I'm telling Ecamm that I want to record using two separate encoders. And what that does for the stream, for people who are about this live stream life, is it means I can technically send a 1080 stream to YouTube because, sending 4K to YouTube kind of doesn't matter. I like it because people watch on TV. I've always sent it, like, ever since, 2019, I've always sent 4K to YouTube. However, it's more stable if you send 1080, and now what I can do is record 4K to my computer and stream at 1080 to YouTube. Or if YouTube just drops the signal, not like drop it, but like lower the signal quality because to keep the bandwidth straight, I can still have my recording set to gangster. So we're doing that. And then oh, shnikes. Since I set this up, what I haven't done is I haven't set the comment overlay to both sides. So I'll do that live in a second here. I'm just making some space on the top of desk. And then the last thing that I want to do, well, I need to rebuild the whole show at this point, but I don't know if I feel like doing that today. I might do that later. I should do it, but damn, I'm a bit lazy about it. But I want to show something that I'm going to do in a second here. Let me just make a little space. I want you guys to be able to see what's popping. Brand new whips just hopped in. Songs in the top 10. Let's see, close that. We don't need Notion for the moment. Close QuickTime Player. The Zoom host controls have changed too, Paul said. But you still can do things. Well, I don't know. We'll fix that later. Yo, the number one thing that drives me absolutely insane at the moment here. Let's get into this thing. All right, let's do some stuff. All right, so the first problem I have is this: my whole layout in Ecamm is jacked up, and if I hit my standard joint, which is this, like it's still jacked up, right? Actually, that's a little better. Maybe I had already adjusted it. Let me move this out the way for now. I'll explain to you guys what I'm gonna do with this in a second. Hey, what in the heck just happened? Oh, that's weird. All right, I don't need Notion at the moment. All right, and then Discord, stop switching. I need you to just go away for now. You're just hogging up space. And then I'll close that. So what I did in my Moom, hey, where's my Moom? Here's my Moom. And then I have like the layout, but I did make a layout for dual mode. So I did already do that. So when I hit that switch, it actually moved everything for dual mode. Because under normal circumstances, this is my Ecamm layout, which opens Notion on the wrong window. But there's my Ecamm layout, and everything is kind of like sort of out of position. So I made a new layout to pull everything back into position. Oh, I see. I have it set to open apps. That's why it's taking so long. If I hit dual mode, which should be control 2, I don't like that. What about this one? There you go. That's the new dual mode layout. But I still got to make adjustments. So here's what you do. You take this, you move this over here, take the comment box and shrink it down. I just need to be able to see because I'm old. I do like the new program window. It's so tiny. So I take this guy and biggen it to about that wide. And then I like my comments feed about there. You can adjust this now. Like it doesn't have to be as big. And also in the backdrop over here, you got under Henna row, you got outline window font size. So you can embiggen the fonts So I set mine for like 16 now. Okay. The other thing that you can do now, which is going to require me to do a little bit more layout playing around, is, for instance, I'll move overlays down here, and I could take the scenes and then bigging it out and then rock the scenes kind of in a grid pattern instead of in the list. And then I could put my overlay joint back over here and widen it up a bit. All right. Cool. Got my camera switcher there. I normally rock this many, 8. I don't necessarily need 8, but it's just a thing. And then I could take this guy and leave it right here so I can grab it if I need it. The zoom guy is long. I'll put that up there. And then I'll put this guy like here. I'll make this wider. Hey, grab the side. All right. All right. Then I'll put this here. And I need room for one, which I'll leave muted at the time. And then I'll add the sound effects here. And then bigging this just a taste. And then now what you can do is go back to Moom. Man, people, if you ain't got Moom, you tripping. I'm just telling you. You're absolutely tripping. All right, so before I make adjustments in Moom, a couple other things that I want to do on the other screen is put the zoom window where I want it to be, because it's going to stay there. And then take this calendar and close it. I'm going to take tick temporarily and close it. Oh, let me make sure I quit it. You want to quit what you don't need, because Moom is going to open them if they're not open. So I will close Bamboo. I will close Notion for now. I will close the calendar for now. And Amaran Desktop is good. For your FYI, demo mode in the vertical feed shows horizontal with the backspace above and below. I'm actually cool with that. Oh, it did remember my comment overlay. Okay, I'm actually cool with that. I think more people in the vertical space should actually rock the up and down with the space below because of the comments. But I know it's hard depending on what you're doing, especially if you're doing a talking head. I think more people should rock it that way. And I tell people about that when you're making shorts using like Opus Clips or something of that nature. I think it's actually better to just put the whole 16:9 in there, take all of the space above it and put like the attention grabber, the headline, if you will, and all of the space below it, put captions. Nobody wants to do that. Everybody does a thing where they try to do the auto adjust, and I think the auto adjust look dumb. I think you're better, especially in a talking head type situation. It's actually better to just plop the whole video in the middle, put a attention grabbing headline, and then put the captions in the bottom. But yeah, actually, I don't mind what you just said, Rich. I think it's actually okay. I will. I'm sure somebody's going to complain and ask them to make an update and whatever because they're so busy wanting it to be perfect. But hey, I'm not going to be the one. I'm not going to be the one. Oh wait, don't move stuff when you're trying to set up a new Moom. So anyway, I know Paul's been telling you this for years. I know Alec's been telling you this for years. I use Moom. There's another program called Magnet. There's a bunch of them out there, but Moom is my favorite. And Bamboo Studio, I need you to quit. I want to. Yeah, save. Okay, got it. Go away. Make sure that nothing else I need is open. So quit that. Safari is fine. Safari, I will set the windows to 1080. I have a keystroke in right here in Moom that sets any window to 1920 by 1080. Wrong one. Where's this one? There you go. So it's resize from center. Right? So you put the anchor where you want it, and then you say 1920 by 1080. So the reason why I do that is because when you go to screen share a window, it works the best at 1920 by 1080. So then I'll take my Chrome window and also hit Control 1. So it's 1920 by 1080, and I separate them. I meant for sharing like using open. Let me read this again. Rich said, I don't think you can add anything to the top and bottom of a horizontal live stream shorter than the short feeds. Facts. But what I'm saying is, and I can actually show you how you can in a second, but what I'm saying is, I think when you go to share these things as, vertical shorts, and you have a 16 by 9 feed, especially a 16 by 9 feed with like 2 people in it for like an interview, I think it's better to just plop the whole thing in the center and then use that marketing space, if you will. Because it's a short. It's only going to be so long, right? And the information is in the verbiage, normally not necessarily on screen. If it's on screen, that's a different situation. But yeah, anyway, I'll show you in a minute what I mean, because I do it. Let's go like this. Put this here like that. And then this one can close. Don't need that. And then last but not least, let's move this guy. Okay. Brandon was making fun of me yesterday, people, because Brandon called me before his stream to ask how to do something on the TikTok joint. And then, and I said, okay, hold on, let me get it, because I don't remember. And then he was like, wait a minute, are you watching your own video to find out the answer to the question? Yeah. Why? Because I know this fool know what he's talking about, because I did the video already. So Brandon was clowning me because I was watching my own tutorial to remember how to do something on TikTok desktop, which was funny to him. It seemed normal to me. Is it wrong to watch your own tutorial if you forgot the steps? Like, I don't know. I think it's fine. Freaking Brandon, jerk. He was clowning me. He was clowning me hardcore. He's like, this dude over here watching his own tutorials. All right, let me get this. I'm almost done, guys. I'm almost done. No, don't open that. Bombaclad rude boy them. Don't open that. All right. Okay. What's really weird, folks, on the back end, YouTube is actually, you got to pick which stream you want to look at to kind of see how it goes, which is weird. So I guess in theory, what you might want to do is open up 2 tabs in like the split view. Wait, I'm going to make that make sense in a second. I'll show you. I'm going to show you. Today is going to be show and freaking tell. All right, let's close our phonic. All right, I'm almost done laying these windows out so I can get in here and show y'all what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to make it so that it's easy peasy, cover greasy. Okay, so I put all my windows where I want them to go. And then there's one back here is the moon window. Okay, good. So let me put this here. And then let me... Don't do it, Paul. Don't do it. You know the first thought that just ran through my mind just now. Hi, Paul. Hi, Paul. I love you guys. I got the 2 Pauls in the back looking at me like I'm crazy. But they both understand what I just thought about. Anyway, hold the button. Okay, press this. All right, so now I'm going to go to my layout that I call Ecamm Live Dual Mode. That's this layout right here. And notice that it's showing how all these windows are, right? In here. Let me zoom this in. Notice that it's showing, Safari, Notion, Chrome, whatever. And I don't want all of that right now. Right now, I have a new thing. So all you need to do in the Loom is come in and say, update the layout. And then you can say, like, launch the apps if they're not open. I don't want to do that right now. And then I don't want to adjust my displays right now. I just want to let it adjust my new layout so that when I hit Control 2, it automatically goes into live mode. Okay, so I'm going to just hit update the layout. And then I want to say replace this layout. And so now you see the Ecamm windows are exactly how I got it lined up, right? There's the zoom window, the main joint, the comments, the sound levels, the sound effects, the scenes, overlays, camera switcher, and then the program, right? And if I hit this button, you can see I got Safari, Chrome, and Whisper Flow. It's counting the zoom window as the zoom window. On my third monitor, it didn't even show the third monitor. That's weird. On my third monitor, I actually have the zoom window open. So this is out here doing these things. So this is how you set your joint up. And I'm telling you, Paul, what is it, $14 now for Moon? Is that correct? Yeah, it's worth 14 bones. Like, I got it inside a Stream Set app, but then I recently updated it to something else. I think Setup has a different app, but even if you're using Magnetic or one of the other joints, fam, it's totally worth it, especially as a live streamer. Let's do window. Hit that button, window organizer. They got present a single window, clean presenter. Oh, that's unique. I should check. Ooh, clean presenter might do what I need it to do for what I'm trying to do. Oh, okay. I'm going to show you guys something in a second. We might come back to clean presenter. Close windows from mission control. Nope. Here you go. Mosaic, automatic window organizer. This is their new version of what I got, which is Moom. I think Moom's hands down the best. But if you have SetApp and you want to try something like this, you don't want to buy another joint, cool thing about SetApp, it's like walking into the Home Depot tool aisle for your Mac and everything's in here. Like stuff that you need is in here. You could probably check here before you check elsewhere if you have a SetApp subscription. And Paul will give you my link to SetApp. You save like 10% or you get like a free month. I forget what they change it all the time, but SetApp is gangster. I use it so much. Like so much. There's also another one they got on here called Lasso, which seems to do a very similar tap, which is move and resize your windows on the Mac just using your mouse or your keyboard. Hey, might just be good too. But I've been using Moom for 10 years. So I just use Moom, but it's well worth it. I know Magnetic is one. I believe Lasso is the other one that most people talk about, and it looks like they have a couple extras in here, but yeah. So I might check out this clean presenter one in a second because I'm going to show you the next phase of this little test here, which we haven't started yet, which I'm fixing to start. And what is up, LJ? Good to see you. And I got to send a big ups to Dave Harvey for sitting in the super chat, which today I'm going to work on making a super chat doohickey. This is supposed to be on, and I turned it off. Let me do a test. Ooh, I'm going to have to figure out how to, I'm going to have to figure out how to put that on both windows. Because when I did it with my Easy on another layout, it plays the thing twice. And it plays it in stereo almost, but slightly off. So it drove me a little crazy. STREAMLAB. I'm going to show you this. Hold on. Let's get in here. Paul, just so I don't go off track, because you know how my brain works. After I finish trying to fix the Streamlabs thing, I'm going to set up the TikTok so that people can see how to talk that tick. And okay, we found out something yesterday during the test on TikTok with Brandon that I think is important for you guys to know. Because I also did the same thing when Mary Lou and I were doing Creators Unstuck. If you simulcast to TikTok using TikTok Desktop Studio, it's very important that you leave yourself a note on your teleprompter or somewhere to remind you to look at that stream like every 3 or 4 minutes and press a button in the TikTok app. Because what happens is if Rich or LJ Lisa walks into the chat and be like, "Sup, doc," and then you don't say nothing because you're busy focused on the YouTube stream or the Instagram stream, they will think that you are dead streaming, aka you got a recording playing and you're not being interactive with the people. So what had happened was Brandon was live, and then one of the people trying to test it out sent him a little GIF. I'm not fully versed on how GIF work on TikTok, but it's like, a fraction of a cent to send somebody stars or whatever they call it in TikTok space. And what happened was Brandon didn't respond to that. After a certain amount of time, they said, "We have disabled your stream capabilities for inactivities." So if you happen to rock TikTok, you got to make sure that you are like in here talking to folks and checking it out and making sure that it's work. Okay, so let me try this if I did this right. Oh, that's right. You got to press test button. Go. It didn't work. Okay, so what happened was I got to make new ones. This is dumb. This is just me playing around. But what happened was Dave Harvey sent a super chat and I didn't have the thing on. All right, so I'm setting that up. and I'll have that working. Thank you, Mr. Harvey. I have it turned on now. But so here's what's dumb. Now, in order to make that work on the other chat, I have to go in the Ecamm here. Dude, why do you always do that? I have the only monitor that will desktop share the other desktop when you're trying to do a demo app. I have to take this version of it and hold down the Option key and drag it over here. And then I got to resize it for this side. And there's a little blue box that pops up to let you know it's safe. And then I would just rock it on the forehead. I like rock it up here at the top and keep it inside the box. As a matter of fact, I could probably make it a wee bit smaller for that so it doesn't hit the whole edge. And then there it is. Whoop, there it is. So now, in theory, if I do this, let's try. Boom. There it is. I don't like become a sponsor. I want to become a member. Oh, God. I'm not going to fix that right now. Just add that to my list of things to fix. But, hey, it's kind of in there. It's kind of in there. If you go to members. Oh, here we go. Hey, the Dave Harvey one came through. Thanks, Dave. I'm going to do MEMBER of LGL fam. Boom. Got it. Wait, Dave, did you do that again? Oh, you did. Well, thank you, brother. Let's try that again. Thank you. All right. No, I don't want to ban Dave. What the heck are you doing? Oh, my God. Why is that? Okay, that was weird. That was really, really weird. Paul said the text doesn't show on the vertical. All right, let's do that again. Let's check. Oh, I see, Paul. Is it because the window is too small? Let's see. Oh, yeah. There's no way to do that. I have to design something totally different. That's okay, Paul. I'm going to leave it like it was. I don't want to mess with this. That's so weird. All right. You definitely have to devise a smaller graphic or something, or just realize on the vertical that's just going to be the way it is, which is fine. All right, so let's get back to this TikTok thing before I sit here all day causing myself a ruckus. Thanks again, Dave. I appreciate you, fam. Listen, Dave, man, I cannot wait until, what is it, Wednesday? No, Thursday. What is it, Wednesday or Thursday? We getting the new Apple Creator Studio. That joint, whoo-wee! I cannot wait for that. That's going to be blasty. All right, let's go in here. Let's open up the old TikTok situation. I want to show you guys what I was trying to do. So inside of Ecamm, while we wait for TikTok Live Studio to open up, there has been a couple of changes, remain the same. You click on output and you go to virtual cam. You go to virtual cam and then you can say, use a virtual camera. Right now, my virtual camera is in Zoom, right? So in Zoom, Paul and Gretchen and Paul can see me regularly. Now, some of y'all can, folks, in Zoom. Let's back out. Back out. Some of y'all can, folks, over here. This is going to be weird. Ignore this for a second. You could click on the Zoom meeting and wait, my stuff is in the bottom. Ooh, not big. I hate when it does that, Mac OS. You click on the Zoom meeting and you go to video and you can select your same camera. I can't do that because of the way Blackmagic works. So I have to use Ecamm virtual camera, which is gangster. It totally works, does what I needed to do. But what that means for me is I cannot use output virtual cam, use vertical canvas. I have to do something different. And I actually think this is better for all myriad sorts of reasons, but let me just show you, because everybody's like, oh, just use this. And I think it's cool, but one, machine got some beef. Two, I think this is better. Watch what we fixing to do. Watch what we fixing to do. King Paco, what is up, brother? Wagwan. Wagwan, brother. Hey, the ability to put up comments. There we go. It got stuck for a second. All right, there we go. So I'm going to go to TikTok Live Studio, and then that happened to be weird. I'm going to delete this source, and then I wonder if it's because it's on this particular screen, but let me see if I can make this work. I did this yesterday, and it was amazing. I'm wondering why it's different today, but anyway. So instead of doing this, I press display capture. Bingo. And you can display capture any whole single display, right? Or you can do what's called the window capture. So I did window capture. Oh, I know what I did. I'm going to show you in a second. So I'm going to do window capture. But before I select window capture, let me cancel this. I want to grab this program window and make it of a decent size. So if I hit Control 1 on the program window, doesn't work. I'm going to just grab this and then biggen it. Now, on my other screen over here, I have a 32-inch monitor on this side. So I'm going to move this over to the other display so y'all can't see it no more, and I'm going to just make it huge, right? And the idea of making it huge is this is a full program window of what's coming out of Ecamm. And so if I were to hit Command I, it should bring up the last comment. Did it? But let me just grab an overlay. And let's bring up Paco. Right? So that's where they're going to pop up. So I'm going to move this to the other monitor real quick. And then turn these back off. Now, folks, come over here, click on the More button, and say Window Capture. And then on the window capture, I'm going to say Add. It's going to say what window? And I'm going to look for the Ecamm Live Program Monitor, which is this. Bingo. And I'm going to say Add the source. All right? So you're going to get this. And then all you're going to do is put this guy in the corner and take this guy, grab it. Oh, why you want to be a jerk? I need to go a little bit bigger. I wish they let you just put in numbers, but they don't. Oh, you're being weird. Yesterday, this was so flawless. Now, today, it wants to be dumb. Okay. Why you want to be dumb? Let's do fit the screen. Then let's do fill the screen. And then move this over. And put that right there. And then grab this bottom window. But once you got it where you cover the whole black at the bottom, then you should be able to take this and move it over. And then bam. So that's how I'm doing my TikTok window, right? So now if I came back over to Chia and I was like, put up a comment, boom, it's flavorful. It's absolutely flavorful. And it just works, okay? So now all I got to do is come over here and kick the go live button, right? Let me check my settings real quick. I'm going to leave that the same. Resolution 1920 by 1080, bitrate, frame rate, whatever. As a matter of fact, TikTok is weird. I could actually drop it down to 1280. Even though if you got internet situation that's not, like super gangster, just drop it down to 720, bro. Nobody cares, right? And then you can check your video quality. You can do automatic, suggested, whatever. You can hit 720p, whatever. So I would just leave it. And then, do I want to record this? Yeah, it'll get recorded. I'm not going to think about hotkeys and whatnot. But all I got to do is, if you want to run a quick test to see how good you got it while you're already streaming, let's see what it does. and it's saying, fam, you are gold. It is saying you are gold. Boom, 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 boom. All right, bro, 1 second. That's enough. Quit. All right, good. It's saying that we're gold, so I can close this. All right. Quality, priority, performance, priority. You can select, right? So I'm going to leave it at that. We're only chatting. We're not playing games. I'm going to say confirm. And then, look, it switched me back to 1920, but that's all right. We'll call it gold. And then that's gravy. I'm going to just go ahead and say go live. And then we're doing creator Q&A. Boom, boom, boom. This is fine. And then I don't really have a thumbnail per se. A camera is required. I already have a camera. Let me see something. It might require me to put a camera, but let's cancel this just in case. It wants me to add another camera. So let me add a source, and then I'll add a camera. And then under the camera, I can do, I don't know, like my camo camera, which is doing nothing right now, but we'll call it good. And then we'll do something really small, and we'll go like that. And then I'm just going to make it really tiny and put it in the back just to tell it to shut up. There we go. Now we told it to shut up. Bingo. So now we can go live and then press the button. Oh, man, you lost my little ampersand. Boom, boom, boom. Hit it. Hit it. Boom. Why are you on 60 frames a second, though, dog? Please never do that. 60 frames a second on the live stream is borderline stupid. It's not borderline stupid. It's actually stupid. Even maybe if you're video gaming a fast-paced game, but if you're not video gaming, please don't do that. It's just waste. It's an absolute waste. You're hogging up the internet. All right, let's press go live. And then we can hit this. I hope TikTok doesn't catch that other camera is heavily obstructed, but we'll see. And then hit go. All right, boom. So we're going to leave that TikTok live there, and then I'll leave a quick comment in here. Welcome to the TikTok live feed. Didn't work. Welcome to the TikTok live feed. We are live on YouTube, but you can ask questions here, and I'll remember to come back and answer them. Boom. Just press that. So you throw a comment so it looks like something is happening. And then all we got to do is put this in the corner. So now we are live, right? Listen, I tell you, I don't know if anybody told these folks. I'm a little bit smart, just a wee tiny bit. I'm joking. But the only thing is, you got to remember every once in a while to check the tick and make sure you are paying attention to the comments that are over there. Because if you get comments and reactions there and you don't pay attention to them, family, they're going to go crazy. Okay. Oh, so let me get back to what Paco said. Got the Mac Studio M4 Max. I love mine. She's sitting right back there. Fam, it's kind of gold. It's kind of gold. Highly underrated computer. Highly underrated computer. Like, really gold. All right, so I wanted to show this to Rich. So let's go and make a brand new scene. Let's come over here. And then let's say we want to kick a brand new scene. Keeping it blank. This scene, I'm going to put. Oh, I need to be in demo mode for y'all can see. On this scene, I'm going to put this here camera. And I'm going to select this here joint to 16 by 9. And then I'm going to size it up. Size it up, back from the streets. Did my time, did my chances. Lock it right here in the middle, like such. Paul says I'm muted. Oh, thank you, Paul. Thank you. I had put in the other interface so I could get my get my layout correct, but then I don't need it. So my bad. All right, so I'm gonna put that camera right there, and then now we got problems, right? So you want to go main camera, vertical, right? Name your joints, people. Name your joints. If you don't, it's going to get confusing. Listen, look, I'm an a-hole, okay? I'm going to tell you why I'm an a-hole, because I think folks need to learn to be self-sufficient. However, people say, oh, we need a marker to separate the vertical assets from the horizontal assets. Not a bad request. But fam, it takes 1 second to name your stuff. Name it. Like, It's like, I would like these laces to tie themselves. That's exactly what I feel like when people say stuff like that. I mean, I get it. Maybe I'm an a-hole because I'm just like, just fix it, bro. You know what it is? When you grow up hood, you're not used to having nothing. So when you need something, you got to do it yourself. You know what I mean? We had to get the 2x4 and the old skateboard. Anybody remember, not the skateboard, anybody remember the old metal skates? And they had like a little key and you separate them and you can make 2 skates. We used to get a 2x6 and then just screw them joints on and then take another 2x4 vertically and then 2x4 this way. And that same scooter that they be running in your city, the Lime scooters, we made them joints out of a single skate and 3 pieces of wood. So maybe because I grew up hood and you had to make your own everything, when you run into like, oh, I need to separate the horizontals and the verticals, just do them. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but like, come on, fam. Like, do you need everybody to hold your hand for everything? I don't know. Y'all can tell me I'm mean. Maybe I'm mean, but I don't know. I don't know why that drives me so crazy, but it just do. I'm like, son. All right, what happens if I press camera on this? It does it for both. Okay, so we don't want to do that. I was pressing Command Shift B to see what happens. I think I fixed it. No, let me know. Oh, never mind. She said, never mind, it's gone. See, you should read all the comments before you press the comment. All right, so now in this particular case, guess what? I can put no up here, right? And then she's going to be like Dirty Dancing and be like, nobody put baby in the corner, but we just put Noel at the top. And then I'll take this one, and actually I was going to leave it cropped in the middle like this, but I think what I'd rather do is just embiggen it all the way out and just let it fill the whole doohickey. I'm going to temporarily remove the things out the way. All right, so this is building it the way like Rich was talking about. So now we got the top up there and the bottom up here. And then I will add one more overlay, boom, which is the text box, which seems to always like to jump onto a different screen for me, no matter how many times I fix this. And then I'm going to say, come to, this is all bad verbiage. Noel, you're a copywriter. What's the right verbiage for come to the mainstream on the other side? If that makes any sense. Man, TikTok Live is doing terrible. Ain't nobody watching. Oh, wait, Clarence came. Clarence, nice to see you. I got 1 people on TikTok. Yay. Clarence, we're doing a test right now, brother, to see about streaming to YouTube and TikTok simultaneously. And I'm using Ecamm to make this happen so I can stream from the desktop. And so we're just trying crazy stuff. That's what we're doing over here. Okay, so that explains that. Okay, and then boom. Oh, come hang out. That's good. But I want them to know that the vertical stream is on the main channel. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the horizontal stream on one way, and then the vertical stream is on the other. And I know this may or may not be against terms of service, but on TikTok, I'm kind of wanting them to know to come to the YouTube side. And then, so I probably would just put like a graphics over there and just hope people figure it out as opposed to saying it. Because I think TikTok might get mad if you're telling people to come, like Clarence is over here in the TikTok side, like telling him to come to the YouTube side, might be weird. Gretchen said, I love my metal skates. But they definitely made a mess out of your kicks. It would cut your toes. You know that the kicks had the white cap? I had blue tips. You remember blue tips? and the little metal used to like scratch the blue tip off. Bruh, that used to make me mad. That used to make me mad. Uh, be sure, but sure, it'll help out with the conversation with the YouTube badge. Works for me. Oh, okay. Come hang out on YouTube at Doc Rock. See, listen. This is why you have friends who are copywriters in your party, because then you can do this. I'm using an app called Tech Sniper, and then I come over here, and then I go bingo, slanky. Now, what I need to do is put it into my particular font, which is Mont, M-O-N-T, and I got it right here. And then let's do semi bold. Nope. Let's do bold. Let's just keep it gangster. And then I will add a little bit of me. Boom. And then I'll put this here and unembiggen it. Oh, the scroll embiggen is hard to do when the text is this small. And I think I should put a background on this. So let's go to background colors. Perfect. You know the one feature that I really wish we had that we may not have, that I don't want to cause trouble. What up, Johnny? Johnny is over here. Okay, see, look, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. On the TikTok side, all you need to do is just remember to press this button. And remember to press this button. And then, yo, let's see. This is funny. This means this is one of my homeboys from back in the day who knows I used to DJ at Pongo Pongo. Oh, I know who it is. The Gonkak. Yo, Steve, what is up, fam? What is up? Yo, that's funny. Only people who would know that, listen, you guys hear something hilarious. My homie right here, Steven, like I used to do ads in our newspaper for our family business, right? We had an electronics store. And I used to have to make these full page ads for what's fixing to be on sale. And then my boy Steven worked across the street at the Cobb USA. And so what I used to do is I would put like secret messages in the ad. You know how Playboy used to, I don't know if you know, but Playboy used to hide a bunny on the cover of every magazine. And part of the game was to go and try to find out where the bunny was. So what I used to do is I would put secret messages in the ad somewhere so that when Steven see the ad on Sunday, he had to go and find it. And my secret message normally was Apanugiya, which is Korean for who's your daddy. Oh my God, that's a blast from the past. Good to see you, fam. Like seriously, one of my besties from back in the day. He moved to Cali, and here's the most random thing. Show you how the world. Look, June's here. Hey, yo, look, Steven is in the TikTok chat, June. And dude, so people who know June's my brother. People on TikTok don't know that, but June's my little brother. We used to just put crazy messages in the ad so that Steven could find it. Didn't just be clowning. But here's the craziest thing. I was at a convention in Cali, and then Kat and Diana was like, oh, we need some water. And I was like, bet. I went around the corner to the 7-Eleven to get a bottle of water, and who the hell is standing in 7-Eleven but my boy Steven? I mean, ain't seen the brother in like 6-7 years. He just happened to be in the 7-Eleven in San Diego. Not a small city, not a small town, not one, like the randomest thing. And we wasn't in like the main part gas lamp. We were in downtown, kind of like B Street area. And so it's kind of crazy like how that works, bro. It's kind of crazy how that works. Like it was the dopest thing. It was just the dopest thing. June said, I heard Pongo Pongo and Konkak. See, June knows. Are we going to get banned on YouTube and TikTok for using those words? Yeah, of all the days, I was downtown at a meeting in attorney. Like, yeah, super funny, bro. Like the randomest nature. I wish TikTok comments worked. That's the only thing that doesn't work over here is I have no way of putting TikTok comments on screen. But like, I can put Paul on the screen. I could put June on the screen. Yo, this is wild. Okay, so I like what Paul said or what Rich said. Rich is smart. Rich said, use a red circle with a white triangle. So it's kind of like a YouTube logo, but it's not really a YouTube logo. And then put your name. And then that's like, so Rich said, this, thank you, Rich. Rich said, the come hang line is behind the shorts chat. So what I would do, this is why you got friends who understand layout, is I'll bring this up here and I can take this one just a second higher. Not too much, just a little bit. Matter of fact, you can use the nudge arrows to move that up just a little bit. Oh wait, that's the, can you lock that? Okay. So I need to put Rich back up here and then click on it and then tap it up. All right, so now we getting our layout straight. Now we getting our layout straight. All right, thanks, Steven. Good to see you, bro. I'll make this just a little higher. I like to see, if you're gonna have the background, you gotta let yourself see a little bit. You gotta see a little bit. Okay, so let's go get a little orange, a little red squircle with a thong behind it. All right, so let's go over here to Adobe. Ooh, so what happens if I try to put a browser window in here? Yeah, I was thinking about instead of doing demo mode because while Rich said the demo mode is mad small in the vertical stream. So I'm thinking, what if I put as a browser overlay? Let me duplicate this scene before we cause any dramas. Let's see, what is this scene called here? I don't even know what scene we're on. I made a new one, but I don't know what I called it. Uh-oh, Raggy. Okay, I got it. Let me name this. Again, you got to name your stuff, bro. Name your stuff. DUAL wide short. That's a dumb name, but it's going to work for me. Dual wide short. Okay. So let me duplicate this scene now that we got it. It says, okay, now the comment box is too high. It's behind the name and the avatar. Okay, see, this is where Rich is cooking. Thank you, Rich. I'm going to make the comment box just smaller maybe and then bring it down. All right, so now I'm going to, actually, let me show you something. Give demo mode for a second. I'm trying to figure out ways to do the demo mode where it works good. Johnny said, shrink it for TikTok. We only see me hang out. Wait, on my TikTok thing, it looks like it's big. Oh, see, that's the other hard part about TikTok. When you live, you have to make like a fence for TikTok because you can't see your TikTok live while you live. Oh, I see what Rich is saying. Okay, thank you. Rich is sending me the good. All right, bet. All right, so what should we do? We're going to try something. Let me come over here, and then we're going to back up the studio, and then we're going to try the next one. Oh, the other thing we figured out, you got no way of telling which one of these is vertical and which ones is horizontal. Oh, I got it. That's on TikTok. Okay, I got it. TikTok actually crops more than you think. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Noel. All right, so that's good to know. If I click on this, yo, why can't I see what I'm doing? Okay, that's the wide one. Okay, so I'm going to edit this. No, I don't want to edit that one. The bottom one is the vertical one. Dang it. It's showing me not the vertical. What the? Oh, maybe because I'm in demo mode. Give me a second, people. Sorry, I got to dip out. I'm trying to find out which one of these is the vertical joint in the YouTube studio. It's weird. Come on. Wake up, Maggie. All right, I found it. I found it. So once you know which one is the vertical joint, when I click on live demo mode, it's going to mess us up probably. But what I'm trying to do is to sort of see what we can see over here. But then Johnny said to make this one slightly smaller. So let's do that. We need to realize that also, if you're hitting the edge here, that means you're also hitting the edge with this. So you should tuck this in as well. And then now we might be cooking with 10. Oh, you can tell by the number of viewers. Gangster. Yeah, no, I got your screenshot. I see it. So yeah, TikTok is slightly cropped in. I think it should be there. Johnny, let me know what it looks like or text me a screenshot from TikTok right now. Yeah, TikTok is weird. You cannot see your own stream while you're live on your phone, which I think is a little bit odd. Like if I try to see it, it just don't work. And I'm like, yo, I kind of want it to work. I kind of want to be able to see my own stream, if that makes any sense. Yeah, nope, can't do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Wouldn't be prudent. Okay, Johnny said it looks good on the TikTok now. And then I got Hixie over here sending me things. Let me pin that comment, see if that works. And then I got Brian. Hey, Brian, I thought he is awake. I thought he was sleeping. So Brian is here on TikTok. And then, yo, this is cool. I think we're getting there. Johnny said it's perfect now. Let me check the YouTube joint. Yeah, that's what I mean by Finsta. I don't know what it's called for TikTok, but in Instagram, it's Finsta, your fake Insta. The vertical and horizontal comments are separate. I only see horizontal in YouTube Studio. No, you should see both. I saw both, right? When I was back here, right? This is the vertical stream. And so what I was telling Brandon, maybe what we could do on this joint is go to like the stream settings and temporarily do an edit, go to the top, and then do yourself something weird, like give you an icon to let you know it's vertical, so that in the title you can tell. You know what I mean? So go like iPhone. Because unfortunately, when you set it up, you can't tell until you already do the stream. But once you go live, if you give yourself a couple of seconds or you have a polarator, you go back in real quick and you set it. So then when you kick back to studio, you can see by the little icon which is vertical and which is not. And then Rich is correct. If you look at the live viewer joint over here, you can actually see. So that's also helpful to know. All right, cool. Let me come in a demo mode because it's messing people on TikTok up. All right, that's cool. We're getting there. We are figuring this joint out. We are live cooking with Pam. All right, so now what I wanted to do was add a screen share overlet, like about right here. And then I need to be able to add a second one, which I will shrink. And then I will put it here, right on top of the camera in YouTube. And then I'll embiggen it. And on this one, I'm going to click it. And it's going to be so tiny, it's going to be super weird, but I'm going to tell it that I want it to be Google Chrome. All right, and then we'll put it on Adobe. All right. There you go. There you go. I like it. Yeah, see, I don't know, Jimmy, like, if that'll work, but yeah, I like the idea. So I just did it by hand. Again, you wasn't here earlier, but I had mentioned to folks, oh, wait a minute, stream starts tripping. Slow down, catch up, stream, catch up. Computer, what are you doing? I was like, I get it, people. We're going to need all of these things, but I just come up with a solution myself because I'm from the hood. Just saying. I am from the hood. Let's make it hot. So I'm going to rename this joint, and I'm going to say VT Chrome or VT Screen Share. So I just name my stuff so you know which is which. And then this one, I'm going to call it HZ. screen share. All right, and on this joint, I'll press Chrome. Boom. And on this joint, I'll take the camera and move it to the corner, and I'll take the screen share and I'll embiggen the crap out of it. And I'll take the camera and switch it to vertical. I just do custom. And put it back on the top. And then I use the bottom corner over here. And then I'll squeeze it in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You don't need that much head. That did not come out right. All right, we're going to leave it like that. Yo. I never really realized how much I was going to use the nudge tool until I got the nudge. Okay, so the boys are saying, come up in here, go to Adobe Express, let's create something new. I don't want to mess up what I'm working on. Let's go back to Express. Oh, you know what? He is over here clicking on Zoom, expecting stuff to happen. I do that every week, bro. I'll be in Zoom, like clicking on stuff for it to happen, and it don't happen like that. All right, so let's go and generate a little social media something. And I just need something small. We'll do it like a little logo. We'll call it that. All right, so now all we need is a primitive. So we're going to grab us. Actually, you could just do this. Hit live. That might work. Sometimes in the elements. Nope. Let's do this. YOUTUB. Sometimes in the elements they be having things. Oh, you're doing templates. Dude, I need elements, not templates. Oh, you just want to be like that. I don't want logo. I don't want a template either. Go away. Add content. There we go. They rearranged this in the last couple of weeks while I was in Japan. There we go. So, like what the folks were saying, you could do something like that, a little animated sticker. I'm not going to do animations because that's what slows down your computer, thinking that you're cute. And here's a little button, exactly what the boy said. I could do a little sideways button like this. Perf. And then they said the title trick works perfect. Thank you, Rich. Enter merge homepage. Wait. Oh, I got it. June said this is how you find the web page to the thing, to the stream. So here's what's cool. If you go over here and you press on a little pencil, I can go to edit the text and I can just steal this link. And then I'm gonna look at it in the browser. I think that's what my brother's trying to say. All right, somebody just came into the chat over here on the TikTok and left a little something. So we gotta say sup to them. TikTok universe before midnight. I don't know. I don't know. As long as you look like you're doing stuff on TikTok, you're fine. If you don't interact with the TikTok chat, they will turn you off. So you got to just remember, this might be hard while you try to record a podcast or doing something, but either you or a moderator or somebody got to be in there. Oh, June, blessed is he. That worked. Something went wrong. We apologize. Retry. It worked for like a split second. Oh, this is gravy. Now you can kind of see what you're doing. Oh, man. Listen, I don't care what nobody say. Everybody, get yourself a little brother that's smart. Jimmy says, side note, PS2 ordered. That's actually brilliant. I will remember to go to the web because I have TikTok on my browser. Go to the browser, get your little linky link, and then work from there. Okay, so now what I need to do on this thing is add a add do croc. So we're gonna go to text, add a little title, and then do add do croc, and then triple tipple tipple, and then go to pick your font, which oh dude, where's my auto where's my brand font? Stop playing games with me. I don't want to go through this. This is too much work. Where is my brand fonts? It should already be in here. Oh, you are dirty. Oh, that's weird because my brand font should already be in here. I don't want to do recommendations. Okay, it's in here. It just didn't show where I expected it to show. Dude, Adobe, you've been doing some dope stuff lately. Don't move my stuff. I'm too old for this. Don't be moving my stuff. I like my stuff where I like my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Jerks. All right, so I need to make that a little bit smaller. Boom, boom, boom. And then I'll make this white. And then I'll make the background nothing. Background color, nothing. Text color, white. Maybe I should do purple. No, that's going to be hard to read. Let's just leave it at white. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is download it. And then I'll crop it. And then I'll throw it in there. Yeah, that's dope. You don't even have to log in to do it. That's dope, dude. That's mad helpful. That is mad helpful. Okay, so all I'm doing is open it up and preview. That was dumb, Doc. All I'm doing is open it up and preview on my computer, and I'm just going to crop it and preview. Actually, let me show y'all what I'm talking about, because y'all be like, he didn't show it. All right, all I'm doing is take it, find a little area like such, crop it tight. When you get your crop how you want it, you hit Command K, and then you save it. And then you can click on the title up here, and you can name it YT Bug. Boom. And now you can click on this little thing and drag it over here. Of course, it's huge. My scroll wheel is not having. But if I hide this up here, maybe people will get it on TikTok. It's the orange background is a little harsh for this, but I think it'll work. And that should keep you out of trouble with the kin folks. You know what I'm saying? So now, what I probably need to do is copy this and then go back to my other scene, which I had up here. That wasn't it. Maybe that's just how I had it. I had it over here. I should have duplicated this one, but what I can do, I thought I did duplicate that one. Why are you stupid? Is that not it? Nope. Oh, you messed yourself up, dog. The checklist joint is there. There's this one. Nope. Oh yeah, I messed it up. I didn't duplicate it when I thought I duplicated. So you suck. That's okay. I got to duplicate this one now, which is cool. I'll just take this one and duplicate it again. Boom. And then this one will be, dude, let me get the rename. Stop tripping. dual mode chat. Okay, so on this particular one, I can 86 that, and then I can 86 this, and then I put this one back 16 by 9, and just embiggen it to full. Bingo. Bingo, bango, pickle, mango. And then if I check my comments, looking gravy. Looking gravy. Family, I think we figured it out. We got us a little layout here. It's not cute. It don't have to be cute. It need to be functional. Let's see. Paul Duncan joined on TikTok. And then I saw Pastor jumped on real quick. Johnny said it's perfect right now. This is cool. We getting hearts over here. All right. I think we figured it out, bro. I think we have figured it out. Let me come out of demonstration space. So now we can hella try to function. We can just be out here in these streets doing what we're doing. And now we know, ooh, the YouTube one looks a little bit off. I need to make this just a wee bit bigger. So if you're going to do what I did and use your camera as a full screen in here, you got to go slightly beyond the border. Otherwise, you got like a little wee leak. But other than that, I think we kind of got it, dude. I think we got it where TikTok can do its thing. Johnny, I have a question for you since you're over here on the TikTok. Bro, you always be in TikTok. What is going on? That's what we doing, fam. What is up, Ollie? That is what we doing, fam. So, in case, listen, it's a long stream. I am so sorry, brother. But trust me, go back and watch the whole thing. I gave the blueprint on how to do it my way. Your way might be different. Of course, you can always hit us up and ask us. But yeah, I gave the I gave the blueprint on how to do it. Rich, you know what it is, bro. You know what it is. I let me ask you this question, Rich, because you'll understand. Because me, you, and June, maybe Jimmy, we got that Quark Express experience in there, right? How long would you tweak on kerning? And remember Quark Express, where you had to make the EPS pass to get the knockout for graphics and whatnot? Like, how long would you tweak on getting that perfect knockout or getting the perfect kerning in Quark Express? I know, like, we could probably throw something together, a poster, flyer, whatever I was doing. We could throw something together in like an hour or two, but I would spend like 4 or 5 hours just like tweaking on the craziest things. Yeah, that's super funny. Hey, wait, so you seen the vertical joint, Ollie, or you seen the wide joint? And then also, I'm setting it to TikTok, but I did it differently from the way everybody else is doing it because I think my way is cooler. And the primary difference is I set it up so we're using a window capture instead of virtual camera, because I believe with the window capture, I can still send the horizontal virtual camera somewhere. And then what's cool is TikTok is recording the stream, and then Ecamm is recording the stream, both horizontal and vertical. So I got options when it comes to if I need to repurpose anything. I need to make anything. You know what I mean? So I think like that is the case. That is the case. Johnny said he made it to 10,000. Okay, Johnny, listen, fam. I was saying this to somebody the other day because they don't understand, and you know this better than anybody. Outside of the U.S., especially in South America, the Caribbean, Africa, Southeast Asia, Northern Asia, so many people, their computer is this. Laptop maybe, but it's an old laptop, it's outdated or whatever. Their primary functional device is this. And so when people out here, I saw you, Ali, pop up in TikTok real quick and then you disappeared. But when people don't understand that if you making things desktop only because they be like, oh, I don't want to do shorts, like you missing a lot of folks. Outside of America and the EU, some of the Slavic states, many people in the world, I'm going to say way more than half. Oh, we forgot India. Way more than half, their primary device is a phone. And so, like, doing shorts or doing content in the vertical format is really can go a long way if your clientele is there. If your clientele is US only, hey, knock yourself out. But people underestimate, because we have the luxury of a computer, even if it's an old joint, like, we got people out here with 8-9-year-old laptops, but people really don't understand how much folks, their master computer is a phone. When I was in China, it's crazy. And the funny thing is, I was in China, you see like the skinniest people with a phablet in their back pocket. And I mean like those kind of phones, that's huge. And like, although a foldy is crazy expensive over there, people will get the foldy because that's the computer. They're using the foldy as a replacement as a laptop. So Samsung, who's coming out with this 3-way fold, which is crazy because it's almost like $3,000 and it's kind of ugly to me. But that's just because I have the luxury of having 2 laptops and 5 desktops and the iMac, make that 6 desktops. Yeah, but other people don't got that. So, like, being able to take the journey and go fold to foldy, like, mad crazy. They want it quick, simple, right to the point from the phone. That's what Johnny said over here on TikTok. I love that, bro. I love that. And then Paul said he been traipsing up into Africa. And he said 90% of Africa is all mobile phone. They don't have computers. They don't even use television. They can't afford multiple devices. Thank you. Like, people be tripping. So if your clientele is there, or you got the type of thing where you're just talking to the world, kind of like what I do, like, it's wild. People don't get it, bro. I feel like, the whole concept of doing shorts, and actually, I'm going to say this to my whole crew, everybody watching in the LGL fam, doing lazy shorts is better than not doing any shorts. But if you can, and I mean, take a real hard look at yourself in the mirror. If you can, stop doing lazy shorts. And I'll explain that in a second as soon as I answer Rich's question. Right now, we cannot bring up TikTok comments, but I can pin a comment from Johnny to the top. But the reason why we can't pick them up right now is the only access in the TikTok is through Live Studio. We don't have a common API built in the Ecamm, just like LinkedIn and these other weird Trumplican platforms. We don't have APIs with those guys. Some of them don't even have them. And so people are like, how come you guys don't do that? You guys are mean. Like, no, we can't. It's up to them. And so I have reached out to ByteDance to get that meeting happen. I reached out to Whatnot. I'm talking to eBay Live right now to get integrations with these things so that we can do that. But yeah, that is kind of a problem. It is kind of a problem. Yes.
Just an FYI, as a moderator on your channel and a channel manager, and what triggered it was Marianne's comment. I couldn't find it. So I do not see, the only comments I see coming into YouTube are from the horizontal.
Because you're looking at the horizontal feed.
Right.
Yeah, you'd have to look at both and don't do that. Just ignore the vertical. I don't care. If somebody come in the vertical and say, hey, you're a dick, you got a small PP, I don't care. Just let that. But
it's just something to be aware of.
Oh, yeah. So you guys are getting the Oh, don't replace him with, gee, I don't want him
I don't want anybody there. Not me.
I just wanted a little paw. They gave me the huge ass paw. That's way too much paw. Here, we need this much paw. That's all we need. As a matter of fact, let's make Paul a squircle. I think you are correct in understanding that the way it's set up right now, you have to have two separate. Let me make it make sense so that because Rich got a good valid point too. So let me make sure everybody understands this. In YouTube Studio, your comments feed Oh, we're overloading the computer. Computer, chill out. Breathe, Mary. Breathe. In the YouTube comments feed, I know what it is. It's Chrome because I got Express open. Let me quit Chrome. And as a matter of fact, let me close this and close this and close this and close this. We don't need all of that. All right, maybe to catch up. So in Ecamm, your comments feeds are together. I can see comments from the horizontal and the vertical, so that's perfectly fine. However, for someone moderating the channel, the YouTube backend feed, it's only one feed. So I can ban comments on my Ecamm control, an Ecamm comment window, but Paul cannot ban comments because he got to have two separate windows open. So on his computer, he got to open the YouTube Studio page vertical feed and the YouTube Studio page horizontal feed, which is why I also went in and I added the little phone icon so you can tell which is which, right? That's very helpful. But it does help with discovery, and I think it might be. It depends. Girls, when the girls go live anytime, like if I'm chilling with Mary, I mean, you know this, chilling with Mary Lou, right? When they go live, creeps be coming into the shorts feed with the dumbest things to say. I mean, they come in like hot. But for the dudes, I'll just get a couple dumb things, some racist things, comments to tell me to like Jesus, things like that.
What triggered it was when Marianne posted that comment early on. I couldn't find the comment. I was scrolling through and I thought, what the heck is wrong? Why am I not seeing this? And then I finally discovered that she was on the vertical side.
So here's the funny thing about this too, right? I've noticed that every time I do one of these dual modes, Marianne always finds the vertical feed first. Why is that? Australia. A lot of people in the Outback, Mike, they got their phone as their primary device. So it knowing that she's down under, it sends her the vertical feed. It sends everybody else. Also, maybe, this is just guessing, because the first time we did it, she found it first. And so she was there hanging out commenting. And a couple other times we did it, she was testing it for me on purpose. It thinks that's where she wants to see it like. So she might be wanting to look on her big TV in her office, but it keeps sending her the short feed because that's where she started, So it is kind of crazy. But I agree. And, as we are, I can't even say what I'm about to say. Not good. Rich, I would tell you on the phone, but I can't finish this conversation in public. But I'll tell you, Rich, because you're rich. You're my friend. And of course, I'll tell my brother because, well, he lives here. June, I have your Japan stuff in my house. I've been coming across the hallway. Y'all, you want to hear really stupid? I came back on the 3rd. If I could measure it, my brother lives about 212 feet away from me. I still have his package in my house. I ain't walked over there yet. But I have to walk halfway there to come to the office. So like, it's crazy. Oh yeah, and Jude, Paul is laughing because the other day we was live and the power went out and I was in the basement. And guess who had to walk up 16 flights of steps with a bad knee and no oxygen tank? And then I was like, Karen, what floor are you on? She's like, 12. I'm like, oh, I'm on 7. It took me forever to walk up them damn steps, bro. And I was thinking, oh, I wish I lived on June's floor. It would have been shorter. It was dumb. I get into the house. I'm exhausted. I'm dying. Can't even make coffee because there's no electricity. And then about an hour and a half later, the power came back on. And I was like, well, I could have stayed in the office the whole time. However, ain't no windows down here. So it'd be dark. It was stupid. It was real stupid. Okay. Ate said, on my subscription homepage, when I clicked the stream, click the stream, advertisers showed up in shorts. But when I came back to my subscription homepage, I clicked on the horizontal stream, and I'm on my phone for both. Okay. I did. Dang, I just go get a hotel till the lights come back on. Bro, by the time you get past 10, every floor is pain. At my age, with my knees, every floor past 10 is pain. And that was funny as I see my neighbor from upstairs and he walking down the steps and he's like, oh, the lights went out again because we had like, power outages 2 days in a row. I think somebody hit something with a car. But I was like, yeah, he was complaining. And I was like, bitch, you 18. Like, shut up. He going down, I'm going up. He's young and sprightly, like, boo, 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 boo. Hey, Unks, did the power go out again? And I'm like, yeah, he looked fresh. I look like, help, mom. It was terrible. It was freaking terrible, bruh. It was terrible. Yeah, I'm with you, Rich. If it was going to be out for a long time, I would get a hotel. But here's the one problem, Rich. So June and I are a mile and a half from Waikiki. And every hotel down there, 500 plus a night because it's Waikiki. We don't have the benefit of the hotels like, how like it, well, he ain't been to Amesbury, but where we live in Ecam world, like in a small little town, there's like a Fairway Inn and what's the Hilton joint called? The asshole people? Hampton, right? Is it Hampton? Right. So that's a whole different conversation why we call them the asshole people. Anyway, you could get like, go down the street, hit the motel, you can find a motel like over here, dude. Like, the cheap joints is 400-500. Like, even with common iterate, sometimes we can slip in. I did, I know some people that work, in Waikiki, so I did score a couple common iterate hotels when our house got flooded that one time. But yeah, no Motel 6 in Hawaii, bro. What's his name? It's Tom Bodette. I'm gonna leave the light on. Yo, let me check my stats real quick, gang, because the computer is mad. Maybe if I do this, I can't do 4K to YouTube. Just to let you know, every comment that comes up on your TikTok yes, I do know that. I do know that. There's no way to turn that off. I think that's fine. I don't think they're monitoring it that hard, but as long as you're over here commenting with people like this, if you have any questions about content creating, drop those into the chat. I think if you're doing weird things like that every once in a while, you can keep it going. Yeah, so that's the big thing for me, June. Lucky thing about being a content creator, I got tons. I mean, tons of these. In my house, I got it magneted to the air conditioner. I got it in the fridge, So having these joints right here is extremely helpful. And they do last a long time. And the other thing is, if you take the big, beefy, this one reason I don't think people outside of content creation space know, but buy yourself, even if it's a knockoff, a cheap 99 V mount. And then get yourself like a 40-watt Ulanzi, which you can pick up for like 50 bones, and connect the V mount battery to that sucker. That joint will last you hours in the case of an emergency. And it's better. It might be cheaper than the survival ones. I'd have to put that to the test. I think that's a good video to make. Is it, as a content creator, is it cheaper to have a backup light like this in the house with a V-mount battery, or is it cheaper to buy a quote-unquote survival light? I think that is a good video to make, because I have. When we had Hurricane Lane, June, like a couple years back, when we was going to be out, I had the V-mount batteries, and I had the 60-watt NAND light, and then the V-mount battery, and we was out for like probably 15, 16 hours. We had light. You know what I mean? We had light. I also have the NAND light tubes. As soon as we get the hurricane warning, I come downstairs and I get a whole bunch of these and I set them to 1% and I put it in the different corners of the house. So nowadays, you can buy like the knockoff joints because you're not using it for video too. You could buy the knockoff joints for probably like 30, 40 bones. I would just get a couple of them and just have them on deck. I even got one in the car because when you got to fix something under the hood, you can just thunk it to the, you know what I mean? If you got to change a battery or something, this sticks to the hood. Yo, you inflatable Yolandi joint is perfect for some kind of situation. Gretchen, how you comment on Zoom but not on YouTube? Are you hiding in your studio? Oh my God! Last week, you guys, let's see. Johnny said, "Hold up, real quick." I said, "Why is the fam? Why is it that the fam don't like using TikTok?" All right, Johnny got a question for y'all. What is it about TikTok that y'all don't like? That's a good question. Oh, I see her now. I see her happy face. There she is. Uh, right. That's so funny. We did have a hurricane still. I do remember that one. Yes. That's funny, June. That's absolutely funny. You know what I should do today? Oh man, I gotta have class. I'm thinking I should go to Hong Kong today. Hey, Gabe J Music said, "Hey, oh, it's Gabby. Hey, Gabby, how you doing? She's on TikTok. How are you doing, Gabby?" And then K Walk Comedy, she said, "K Walk Comedy, Johnny." She said she too old for TikTok. Oh yeah, I'm with you, Rich. I don't know if I want to repeat that one out loud on this platform while they listening, but I agree with you. It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. I saw somebody selling a freaking shop vac yesterday, and I was like, bro, really? Like, here's the problem with the shop vac that they had. It was this big. As a, I, I want to say that my shop vac is like 20 gallons. I think so. It's a pretty big one. That's a shop vac. Like this big, what you vacuum? Like a shop vac needs to get water, especially one that sucks out water and things like that. It can't be that tiny. So it just kind of don't make no sense. Both Pauls are on YouTube. Hey, DJ EP, what is up, bro? What is up? EP, I know you be live streaming a lot on TikTok, DJing and whatnot. So I'm showing these guys right now how Ecamm, you know where I work. Ecamm is doing YouTube horizontal and vertical at the same time and TikTok at the same time. I know you can't really spin like you spin on YouTube. And recently, I don't know, Eric, ask me this question. Has all of a sudden every DJ on the planet started DJing on TikTok? Like, I be practicing in the house by myself nowadays. I don't I don't necessarily stream and I don't do gigs anymore, but I do practice by myself with the same controller I bought from you, I don't know what, 10 years ago. It's over there on the floor. But I do be practicing by myself. But yeah, I just like every time I open up TikTok now, somebody selling something or somebody DJing. And not my boy Eric. We used to work together for many, many years. But bro, some of these people, I'm like, fam, you don't DJ on TikTok. You ain't there yet. That's mean. They should. That's how you practice. The only way to practice is to do it. But I mean, some of these people is terrible, 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 terrible. I'm like, they killing me. Yo, Flo. Flo is out here. She is planning big things on the interwebs this week. Um, but I'm glad that I got this worked out so that we can play. And then I want to, do more. I will go and open up my activity monitor real quick and figure out what if anything is dragging it down. Cause I don't know if you guys noticed it on YouTube. I had a little stuttery action happening on YouTube in my thought process, but it could just be the screen. It might not be nothing else. One thing I thought about doing, which also might be stupid, but you know what? I'm willing to do stupid things because stupid is as stupid does. I was thinking about setting this up when I'm streaming. And then
I don't know if it's just me, but from the Zoom standpoint,
yes.
the resolution today is the worst that I've ever seen it.
Well, okay,
I've
in those blackouts the last couple of days that we've been having, one thing that has been absolutely problematic is Spectrum. Like, I don't even know if they caused one of them, but Spectrum has been acting a right fool this week. And every time that we had an outage, it actually took out the net as well. But yeah, look at the C. So Ecamm, people don't know this. Ecamm only uses one core. So all of the rest of these cores are getting their ass kicked by something else. Ecamm uses one master core. So let me go and check what that could be. So you could take the entire horizontal layout with overlays and just duplicate it. So when you yeah, Rich, you know what, bro? You know how I would do that? I would do that using the program out. You know what I'm saying? I would just take the program window the same way I did it in TikTok because you was here from the beginning, but instead of showing this side, just use this side. All right, so let's do what Rich said in practice. Okay, I'm gonna go demo mode real quick and let's do what Rich said in practice. So we're gonna take a new screen share feed, boom, we're gonna call it that. And then we're gonna select this, and instead of primary display, we're gonna select Ecamm Live Beta, and we're gonna say program, boom. And then we're gonna take this window, and we're going to crop it. No, dude, crop. I said my mouse is not happy today. No, don't do that. I want to crop, son. Oh, I was holding the wrong key. My bad. Oh, come here, girl. Crop it like that. Crop it like it's hot. And then take this guy and move it over here. That's actually smart, Rich Graham. And crop it like it's hot. So now you don't have to do two things, right? Now you can focus on one. K-Walk was saying she couldn't see Paul on YouTube. Oh, I got it. Because I didn't do this. That's the problem. Okay. Now you making sense. So that's another thing. When we do the panels like we be doing on Saturdays, I gotta be cognizant of making sure that all these kin folks over. So I like Rich's other way, because then if I was pause, don't smoke any weed on screen right now. If I bring in the melon head, now you can see him on TikTok. I like it. Yo, Paul, dude, it's like 2 months and I'm coming to Midlands. Are you gonna be home? Just shake your head. It's large enough to see. Okay. I was watching this show. Yo, Gabe, what is up? It's funny because I got Gabe on TikTok and I got Gabby on TikTok and Gabe on YouTube. Y'all is messing my head up. This I like that idea, Rich. I like this idea. Yo, I'm gonna have to share this one into the community. It's actually simpler that way. Rich is in here cooking with Pam. Now, it does cause the comments to come up twice, but I think that's fine because they're going to read the big one. They're going to be able to see the little one. Gabby on TikTok said, hey, Gabe. So, since y'all over here, I like this idea, Rich. This is actually way, way simpler. Bro, see? Everybody got to have a good friend from Texas, bro. Yeah, Johnny said rich for the win on TikTok. This is way simpler, bro. Way simpler. I like this. Oh my God, that is brilliant. Hey, wait, Matt slid in the back. Man, who let this Hi, Matt. Yo, good to see you, bro. Microsoft had global issues a couple of days ago as well. Not sure if it's all related to the performance issue. Yeah, it could be because once all the servers are spinning back up, that also can kind of cause a little bit of drama. Yeah, it's crazy. And I'm looking at, activity monitor, and nothing in activity monitor is really going crazy right now. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's servers or whatever. All right, so I'm going to do something. We're going to check this out. We're going to do this in real time. Where did I put my overlay for the activity monitor. Okay. I'm going to bring this down here so we can see. All right, TikTok people, I'm going to end the TikTok joint a little bit just to see. We're going to back this backwards and see what happens. Gabby said, lift up the images on the right so the comment doesn't block. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. All I would do in that particular case, Gab, is take the second paw and put them over here and then be like on the Looney Tunes when you have the angel and the devil on your shoulder in Looney Tunes. Notice how I did that? You got the angel on this side and the devil on this side, like in Looney Tunes. That's probably the better way to do it. All right, so I'm going to back
Your
out.
hands are backwards.
Gabby's laughing at y'all. Gabby, we're going to have you come on and bust out a ukulele solo one day. All right, so I'm going to back out. I'm going to back out of TikTok real quick. Thank you, TikTok people. We'll be doing this again next Saturday as I figure all these things out. And, you know, I'm kind of might even think about doing it with 2 separate computers because I just feel like it's more powerful. But also, I'm going to bring out the M4 Max maybe and try it on that because this is the M1. This is an M1 Studio, but it's got like choke memory. I don't know. I should have rebooted before I did this as a test. Anyway, so we're going to back out. Thank you, EP. Good to see you, fam. We got to catch up. We should just throw like a little old people picnic at the park. Go catch up one day. And then I'm going to see what happens on the stream. So TikTok, I'll see you guys. YouTube people, hang tight while we do the proper, Irish goodbye. Bye, TikTok. We love you guys. All right. That worked. TikTok did his thing. And then I'm going to come back to YouTube, give it a second to see if it catches up. Because I'm just curious if TikTok Live Studio, how much, power it was drawing. And as I'm looking at the things drop, they're not dropping that much, bro. June? That's a good question. In Hawaii, when we say choke, we mean a lot of. When we say, "Oh, get choke memory," that means there's a lot of memory. Look, it's not speeding up. Here, let me kill demo mode for a second. See if it speeds up. It's still herky jerky. That TikTok, it wasn't TikTok's fault. Everything else is closed. Let me actually close TikTok Live Studio all the way quit. And give it a second to see if it, because TikTok Live Studio is a relatively new program, so their optimization might be a little soft. And I don't remember since it came out months ago, there's even been an update. All right, that helped out a little bit, but the processor is still getting his ass kicked. So that ain't it. All right, let me close this gigantic program window because also these 3 monitors can't be helping. So let me close this gigantic program window. See what that does. And then one thing I never have open, which I have open today, which probably isn't that big, is I had Amaranth Studio open. Ooh, that just broke. Somehow that broke the YouTube feed. How is that? Because this, I know why. I was sharing the program window cropped. That's why. Okay, so let me 86 that. And then I'm going to take out the 2 paws for a second, just so it's not weird. And it's not, look, you guys are seeing this right here. Nothing is changing. That is so crazy. All right, so before I back all the way out, you 3, I'll see you in class. I'm going to kill the Zoom session for a second just for testing, and then I'll hit the goodbye screen. But I'm going to go upstairs and grab my oatmeal because I'm old and old people need to eat oatmeal. And then I'll be back. I'll see you guys in class in like 20 minutes. So I'm going to end the Zoom. Okay, now the only thing running is Ecamm, Chrome, Safari. The new Zoom updates might have been doing a little something. Let's quit Safari. Let's quit Chrome. Right, Rich? Yo, so whatever is grabbing a hold of is not letting go, even after quitting all of these things. This is kind of light in the load, but that's helpful. Now, something that Glenn tried to do, and I'm not sure if he actually got it done yet, he was trying to set up where we could actually kill one of the streams. Oh my God, people, I just thought of something. Let me show you this real quick. The other day, we was trying to figure out, like, how do you find a vertical stream? How do you find a vertical stream? Click on the eyeball, and then you click on the little share doohickey, and you can say, view in Safari, copy the video URL, go to YouTube Studio, go to the control room in the stream. Let me screenshot this, because people, actually, let me turn this into a little tutorial real quick. Breathe. Aloha Ecamm fam, there's been a lot of questions about finding your vertical stream once you have it going. If you click on the eyeball up here in Ecamm, all the way up here at the top, you will see there's your two streams. You got your 4K streaming horizontally, and you got your 1080 streaming vertically. If you click on the share sheet, you can say, view in your browser, copy the URL, go to YouTube Studio, go to the control room, and you can even end the stream. So right now I'm going to end the vertical stream real quick. And then it says end the vertical stream on YouTube, and I will say yes. And then that stream is stopping, and now the main stream is still going. Note when you end this stream, it probably also ends the recording if you are recording at the same time, but you can go in there and end streams for different platforms without ending the stream on another platform. So if you happen to be doing IG or LinkedIn or something else, and you just want to get rid of those and keep the other one going, just by clicking the eyeball and going to the little share sheet up here again, you can do all myriad things, including get the link if you need to share it on your social medias, so forth, so on, etc. So that, my friends, is a little quick tip. And of course, if you have any other questions, comments, or feedback, drop those down in the comment section below. And we got another video that we think you should watch. Check it out right now. People, that's how you record a video. You just make it. Like, why y'all here tripping? I need a script. You don't need a script. Say what you got to say. Send the video. It's going to be on the YouTube channel as soon as I send it to Jill. That's how simple. Anyway, fam, I love you guys. Thank you, Matt. It is much smoother now. Let me get rid of my little overlay right here. I don't need that. I will see you guys on Tuesday, and we'll be back here to break the internet again next Saturday. And of course, you know what it is. Every weekend, we got this creator Q's and A's. What I don't know is I don't have my ending screen set up, so I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to find out the hard way. I'll see you guys soon. Love you. I mean it. Go make some content.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down.